Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Huntsville Aquatic Center for the 2021 Men's National Collegiate Club Championship. Our next game up is Game 17, which features in the dark caps the University of Texas at Austin, and in the white caps, Cornell University. We continue our coverage of the 2021 Men's National Collegiate Club Championship. In Huntsville, Alabama, I'm Scott Samuel David White. Saturday, November 13th, 2021. Game 17 features Texas Longhorns in the dark caps and the Cornell Big Red in the white. Both of these teams are 1-1 in the tournament, lost their opening round matchups but bounced back last night with wins. Texas in dark going right to left. Cornell in white, left to right. Texas wins the tip. Winner of this game will play for 9th place tomorrow. Loser will be in the 11th place game. Ordinary foul. Texas, the Texas Division champ. And that was offensive foul. Michael Smith, the goalie, has it for Cornell, which is coached by Yuval Grossman. Head coach for Texas, Richard Lee Stiles, assisted by Han Chen, a former UT player. 4 in the shot clock. Ming Zhao is out in front for the Longhorns in the cage. Texas defeated Texas A&M in the Texas Division title game at Rice University last weekend. Ball put under the water. Back to Cornell it goes. Big Red lost in the opening round to Michigan State 12-5. But the Big Red able to bounce back with a win over Georgia Tech in Game 9, 10-8. In Game 8, Texas lost 9-6 to Cal Berkeley. And then in Game 12, defeated Alabama 15-9. With Cornell. Cornell going left to right and white. And then on their offensive foul for Cornell. 5:35 to go in the first quarter. Cornell in white, 0. Texas in dark, 0. Going back the other way for Smith. Cornell defeated Army 14-8 in the New York Division Championship game, snapping the Black Knights' 49-game division win streak, which had been the longest in New York Division history. The Cadets had never led in that game. Set up inside. And able to slam the door anyway. Texas goals scored by number 11 in dark, Liam Vasey. Vasey's first. Vasey got the pass from Harry Flander, and Smith was way out in front, which is why Vasey was able to spin and cash in. Texas finished in 9th place at the 2019 National Collegiate Club Championship, which is why the Longhorns were in the 9th position this go around. Set up ahead now. That's Ryan Schildwachter for the Big Red of Ithaca, New York. And there will be a kick out Texas exclusion foul on number 14 in dark, Hugh Flander. So Hugh Flander set up. And he's sent off for about 5 more seconds. 6 on 5. Cornell for 2 seconds. And cashes in and Miggs out, frustrated. Cornell goal scored by number 8 in white, Eddie Friedman. Friedman's first. That's on the power play. Actually, even strength. It was actually even strength, but they were driving on the power play. Ordinary foul. And that will be an offensive foul going the other way. Friedman is credited though with the goal. Power play or not, it did beat the shot clock. Eddie Friedman is one of 4 seniors on Cornell. There's also Michael Smith, the goalie, the grad student. And there's a kick out in Texas' own 6-9. There was an exclusion foul. Exclusion foul on Cornell, number 2 in white, Alejandro Sabo. Sabo's first exclusion. So 1-1 game, 3:36 to play in the first quarter. And the winner of this game will play for 9th place. The loser will play for 11th place tomorrow, November 14th. Digging ahead, lob. Oh, and it sneaks in. That's Eric Osban. Cornell goal scored by number 5 in white, Eric Osban. His first of the game. Osban, another catalyst on Uval Grossman's squad. (2-1) now, Big Red and White over Texas and dark. 3:17 to go in the first quarter of game 17. Texas has given up 2 straight. There'll be a kick out though. Osban, a junior from Greenwich, Connecticut. Cornell exclusion foul on number 7 in white, Ryan Schildwalker. Schildwalker's first exclusion. So Schildwalker and Sabo have an exclusion apiece. So power play opportunity for the Longhorns of Austin, Texas. I believe Texas has won 20 straight Texas division games, including an unbeaten slate this season. Digging ahead. Shot clock. And it's a power play knock. Texas goals scored by number 14 in dark, Hugh Flander. His first goal of the game. Flander ties it up at 2 apiece. Texas at 2, Cornell at 2. With 2:44 to go in quarter 1. That's a 2-2 game. This Texas team, though, has been through a lot over the years. Texas had been the 2 first-place games in the National Collegiate Club Championship, 2010 and 2017. Both were runner-up finishes, though. Out in front, Smith not able to deny. Texas goals scored by number 11 in dark, Liam Vasey. Vasey's second of the game. Vasey was able to go one-on-one. And while Smith had the right idea, he was not able to trickle it ahead. So now it's a 2-0 run for the Horns. Texas defeated LSU, Texas Tech, and Texas A&M to win the Texas division. There will be a 6-on-5 for Cornell. Texas exclusion foul number 6 in dark, Ryan Park, his first exclusion. So Park, the guilty party, and Ming Zhao able to get it out in front. There's an offensive foul, a tug, and Texas will have it back. And actually, Cornell rather would have it back. Texas now on the attack. Thomas Chu rides the train to scoring. Texas goal scored by number 15 in dart, Thomas Chu. Chu's first. Also timeout, Cornell. 1:44 to go in the first quarter. Texas in the dark caps. 4. Cornell in the white, 2. So 2 goals for Vasey and 1 apiece for Hugh Flander and Thomas Chu. For Cornell, the goals were by Eddie Friedman and Eric Osmond. So the score is 4-2, Texas in dark. We had to confer during the Cornell timeout just to make sure. So it's a 3-0 scoring run for the Longhorns. 4 years ago at Florida State, Texas was the 11th seed and finished runner-up. There's a possibility that the 11th seed in this season's tournament can get to the title game. Washington University and St. Louis stunned 3 seed USC 11-9. Zhao breaks it up. And Coach Stiles saying, slow it down, fellas, slow it down. For Texas. Minute 26 to go in the first quarter. 4-2 Horns. Lost the handle, a couple of breaks. And he's able to find the rhythm still. And now take a look inside. That is a goal for number 7. 7 in dart. Texas goal scored by number 7 in dart, Zach DeHoff. DeHoff's first of the game. There's now a 4-0 run for the Longhorns. A minute 13 to go in the first quarter of game 17. Over these teams will return tomorrow in placement game. There is an exclusion foul for Texas, though. Looks like by number 3. Texas exclusion foul number 3 in dark, Ayan Kasagalawa is first. Cornell able to take care of it. Cornell goal scored by number 5 in white, Eric Osband. His second goal of the contest. It's now 5-3. Texas, a skip shot to the left side, and Zhao unable to have a beat on it. 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. And now we're in a shootout. ends the first quarter, 5-3. Cornell looking to make up ground. It's YJ, number 6. With a shot clock at 22, YJ was held. And it's exclusion on, I believe, number 14. Texas exclusion foul on number 14 in dark hue Flander, his second exclusion. Flander will take a seat so he doesn't get his third exclusion. Good bat down, and there's another one. Cornell goal scored by number 6 in white, YJ. That's YJ's first. It is now 5-4. Take a look at this cross, and had Ming Zhao crossed up. 5-4, Texas. 15 seconds. It'll be possession. Cornell with 8 seconds left. Shot clock should be unplugged. We'll take a long heave. It trickles out of play wide left. Goal throw for Zhao. Goalies can cross any part of the pool. Now we'll take a long shot. Tipped out of play. After 1 quarter of play in game 17, it's the University of Texas Austin in the dark caps 5. And the Cornell University Big Red in the white caps 4. So right now 2 goals for Liam Basie, solo tallies for Zach DeHoff, Hugh Flander, and Thomas Chu. Cornell. 2 goals by Eric Osban, 1 by YJ, 1 by Eddie Friedman. Entering the second quarter of play in game 17. 9th position, Texas in the dark caps 5. 12th position, Cornell in the white caps 4. You're watching the 2021 Men's National Collegiate Club Championship in the Huntsville Aquatic Center in Huntsville, Alabama. The Longhorns lead by 1. Cornell's on a bit of a run toward the end of first quarter. If we include New York Division play, each of Cornell's last 28 wins have involved the Big Reds scoring 10 or more goals. Cornell is coming off a 10-8 win over Georgia Tech last night. speaking of the Yellow Jackets, Georgia Tech is scheduled to be back in the pool for game 23 at 8:40 p.m. Central against host Alabama. It'll be the third meeting between the Yellow Jackets and Crimson Tide this season. They have split so far. The regular season meeting was 7-6 Alabama over the Jackets, and in a de facto Southeast title game, which was the Florida/Southeast third place game, Georgia Tech defeated the Tide 13-8, ending Alabama's 24-game Southeast Division win streak. It's number 6 in Dart, Ryan Park, winning the tip for the Longhorns. Partially tipped by Osman. Texas leading by 1. Shot clock at 9 seconds now for the Horns, going right to left. Set up inside, loose ball. Cornell comes up with the crumbs. Ming Zhao letting everyone know the goalie has it. Michael Smith, that is. Alejandro Sabo against Park. Sabo now in the right flat position. It's set up there for Shellwalker. 10 on the shot clock now. Friedman sets it ahead. Cornell gets a second chance. Shall able to cover up the spread. Now approaching 6-meter enemy territory with 5:55 to go in the first half. Texas taking its time. It was 5-4 entering this quarter, and Smith able to get his palm on the rock. Cornell goes back to work. Cornell went 3-0 in New York Division play this season. Due to lack of site availability, the New York Division had just a championship tournament, and seeds were based on how the teams finished at the 2019 New York Division Championship Tournament. Cornell went 3-0, won its games against Merchant Marine, Binghamton, and the title game against host Army. Army's first loss in New York Division play since 2015. Evo Grossman on the sideline saying, guys, let's move up, play defense. Texas is at work. Loose ball. Cap comes up with a horn. 10 seconds now on the shot clock, going right to the left. Henry Oliver. His shot is denied by Smith. Henry Oliver, a couple of weeks ago, earned Texas Division Player of the Week honors. There goes Smith with his outlet. Troy Marrero. Marrero guarded by Liam Vasey. Marrero sets ahead. Osmond. Oh, he could have gone for the shot instead. He wanted Sabo to take a good look, but he was obstructed there. Turned over to Ming Zhao, UT Austin ball. We have yet to have an overtime game this tournament. I believe each of the last 10 have had at least one overtime game. Cornell will take over as that ball is out of play. Smith, the grad student, concentrating. Handing it off to number 15 in white, Adam Hollingworth. 10 on the shot clock. Four seconds left. Yes, each of the last 10 National Collegiate Club Championship tournaments have had at least one overtime game. The last NCCC to not have any games go to extras, 2009. Loose change dangled in. Launched now. Smith, Ching out way in front. Cornell takes advantage. Cornell goal scored by number 9 in white, Troy Marrero. His first. And look at this here. Ming Zhao was anticipating the ball was going to come to him, and that was a gift. A gift wrap of a boat way out in front. That it should not be done if you're a goalie. Ming Zhao definitely misread his route. And it's 5-5, Cornell in white and Texas in dark. 3:29 to go in the first half. Right now, Cornell is pressing. You typically see that if a team is down by one or tied, only up by one. They try to disturb any momentum. It's up to the left side now. That's Harry Flander has that dented off the post. Cornell is awarded the possession. Cornell looking to have a player of the division, an MVP of the New York division for the second straight season, I believe. Andrew Triscari in 2019 from Cornell was MVP in the New York division. 7 on the shot clock, offensive foul, and Coach Styles for Texas had really been livid with the officiating. Richard Lee Styles. Texas getting warmer in the Cornell 6-meter area. Cornell is called an exclusion. Cornell exclusion foul on number 8 in white, Eddie Friedman. Friedman's first. Texas calls a timeout. 2:32 to go in the second quarter. It is Texas in dark 5 and Cornell in white 5. Be sure to check out the CWPA YouTube channel, your #1 video source for everything water polo. Check out Tip of the Week series, Inside Water Moments, highlights, CWPA remote series, and more. Visit youtube.com and search CWPA water polo. So right now we have the game to decide who's going to 9th place game and who's going to 11th place game. Following this game, Game 18 will feature the Boston College Eagles, the 10th position, and the 6th position Florida State Seminoles. BC lost in its opening round to Penn, 11-9. The Quakers went on to lose to UC San Diego earlier today, 18-5. Florida State lost to 11th position Washington University in St. Louis in the opening round, 12-10. But bounced back nicely with a 17-9 win over the University of Virginia last night. Speaking of Wash U, the Bears have won 19 consecutive games in any collegiate club championship tournament, Division III or National Collegiate Club Championship. This is the furthest Wash U ever advanced in the National Collegiate Club Championship tournament. The Bears will be playing UC San Diego a little later on today in a semifinal. Wash U defeated USC, the reigning runner-up of this tournament, 11-9. Good setup there for the Horns. Even strength now, but that doesn't matter. Texas goal. Scored by number 14 in dark, Hugh Flander. The score is 6-5, Texas. So it looked like, even in our picture, number 14, Hugh Flander, according to our replay, showed it was Hugh Flander with the deposit. 5 in the first, 1 in the second for Texas. 4 in the first, 1 in the second for the Big Red of Ithaca, New York. 1-on-1, and there's a kick out at the hole. Texas exclusion foul on number 8 in dark, Mark Weisberg. Weisberg's first exclusion. Weisberg can return now. Ming Zhao plotting his course. Weisberg now dribbling ahead. This is the second straight National Collegiate Club Championship tournament in which the Longhorns were victims in the opening round. Inside, able to pummel it through. Texas goal scored by number 3 in dark, Ayan Kasagawala. His first. Look at Kasagawala. Able to go sidestep and then able to pummel it. And the score is 7-5. Longhorns in dark. With a minute 24 to go in the second quarter. Schildwalker having some trouble. He'll back it up to Michael Smith. Smith now the outlet. Nate Smith off to Sam Otto. Otto trying to feed it off for the hole. Intended from number 9, Troy Marrero. Actually, number 5, Eric Osmond. Texas now trying to get wild. Loose ball. It will anyway go back to the Big Red. 49 seconds to go in the first half. The score is 7-5 Texas. Texas had to come from the losers bracket to finish in 9th back in 2019 at Pitt. Longhorns are looking to do the same, although you always want to try to win your opening round game to stay in the fight for the championship. Just 4 years ago, Texas lost to San Diego State 7-4 in the title game at Florida State University in Tallahassee. Shot clock unloaded, 20 seconds. Texas with the rock. Good feed ahead for Evan Sayer. Sayer will spin the lob. Trying to get a push through. Loose ball. 7 seconds left. Back to Smith. That'll do it. After 2 quarters of play in game number 17, the Texas Longhorns in the dark caps 7. The Cornell Big Red and the White Caps 5. For Texas, 2 goals, Liam Vasey, 1 apiece. Ayan Kasagawala, Zach DeHop, Hugh Flander, Thomas Chu. For Cornell, 2 goals, Eric Osmond, 1 goal, YJ, 1 goal, Eddie Friedman, 1 goal, Troy Marrero. Entering the third quarter of play in game number 17, Texas in the dark caps 7, Cornell in the white caps 5. So it is 7-5 in favor of the 9th seed Texas Longhorns over the 12th seed Cornell Big Red. Interesting to note, the officials for this game are Victor Varao and Valer Varao of Mount Prospect, Illinois. So it's cool to have family working together. Victor and Val officiated the Big Ten Division Championship Tournament a couple weekends ago in Iowa City, Iowa. Ball is dropped now, and it's Texas in dark going left to right, taken by number 5, Henry Oliver. So it is a close one here. Again, no overtime games yet in this tournament. We've had some games decided by 2 or fewer goals, a few of them. So not all the games have been put away early on. So 8 on the shot clock now for the Horns. Number 11, Liam Vasey, who has a pair. Vasey's got 2. Vasey has that off the crossbar, second effort. Gotta watch out. Picked clean by number 9, Troy Marrero. Back to Michael Smith. But that is picked up by Ryan Park, going left to right. Good setup for Harry Flander. And Flander will dice it up. Texas goal scored by number 16 in dark, Harry Flander. That's his first goal. Look at him go from right to left and able to slice and dice some. Chops it up a bit. So now 8-5, Texas in dark over Cornell in white. Texas over the years has been very hard to battle. Texas is 28-25 all-time in National Collegiate Club Championship tournaments dating back to 2000. And only once has Texas not played on a Sunday during its NCCC appearances. That was when it tied for 13th as the 14th position in 2003. We're going to have a 6-on-5 opportunity. Cornell exclusion foul on number 7 in white, Ryan Schildwachter. Schildwachter's second exclusion. So he'll be subbed out. I believe for Alexander Sayer, number 19. Sayer will come in now, so even strength, skip shot, loose ball. Eddie Freeman able to take it away. Ming Zhao awaits in goal for Cornell to come to him. So 5 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third for UT Austin. And dark, 4 in the first, 1 in the second, none so far in the third for the Big Red. Cornell won its 5th New York Division title this season, but first since 2014. Laser beam good by Alexander Sayer. Cornell goal scored by number 19 in white, Alexander Sayer. That's his first of the game. Look at the feed from Marrero. Then bounce from Osben. And Sayer is able to go bow and arrow cross cut with the laser. So 8-6 now. Cornell trims at the 2. 4:40 to go in the third quarter. We got ourselves a ball game, 8-6. Cornell has been to the New York Division title game 11 straight times, but 4 and 7 in those appearances. Each of the last 5, including this season, have been against Army. 1 and 4 in those instances. 2019 was close, though, at Hamilton College against Army. It was an 8-7 loss to the Black Knights. But to win the New York title at Army against the Black Knights, it's not easy. You had to be in control the whole time, and Cornell never trailed. It was 1-1 early on, and then Cornell piled it on, and Army just had no answer. Dumps it off to the corner to avoid the shot clock violation. Now Texas going left to right and dart, and looking for additional insurance. Sayer. That one is off the post, out of play. Goal throw for Michael Smith. Cornell's best finish was 4th place at the 2000 National Collegiate Club Championship in Federal Way, Washington. Some of these players on Cornell might have not been born yet when the 2000 edition happened. And it looks like number 4 in white, Nate Smith, will come on. Looks like there might be a down player. Oh boy, that's Eric Osborne. Osborne has to get 10-2. And he's explaining to Coach Yuval Grossman what's going on. I think we might need a trainer. Hope he's okay. Osborne, the junior, key contributor to this squad, along with Eddie Friedman. Troy Marrero, ball is jarred loose, and it is covered up now. Cornell gets it back. Friedman, and that's heading to Ithaca, New York. On a play, 3:22 to go in the third. Texas in dark 8, Cornell in white 6 here in game 17. Only game of the day for both teams. Each played twice yesterday and went 1-1. And a foul. Daisy. Now Mark Weisberg. Good setup there. I believe that was Kasagawa, number 3, who had an attempt. But unfortunate there. Here come the Big Red. Even strength, 2:49 to go in the third. There's an offensive foul for the Big Red, back to Texas. So the lineup for the rest of the day is set. All matchups have been set. Our last 2 games of the day are 13-15 games. Game 23 would be Georgia Tech and Alabama. It will be a Southeastern Division affair. And game 24 would be Virginia and Oregon State. Virginia 0-5 all-time in NCCC games. This is the first appearance since 2003 for the Cavaliers in this tournament. There's an opportunity, and the floater is good. Cornell goal scored by number 15 in white, Adam Hollingworth. Hollingworth's first. We got ourselves a 1-goal game. Look there, Zhao had his eyes on it. Hollingworth, though, deked him out. Zhao was ready for the, oh gosh, that was not what I was expecting. So 8-7 now. Nate Smith comes out. Eric Osborne, number 5 in white, is back in. It's a good sign. He is okay. So Osborne, Hollingworth, Friedman, Sheldwalker, Wade Rionda, and YJ are in the field for Cornell. Osborne now guarding number 8, Mark Weisberg. Harry Flander set up ahead for Vasey, who has a pair of goals. And I think that's an exclusion on 7. Cornell exclusion foul on number 7 in white, Ryan Sheldwalker. So it appears that might be the third on Ryan Sheldwalker, number 7. So if that's the case, Ryan Shilwacker or Cornell can't return this game. So Uval Grossman's going to have to go to a different strategy. Turned over. Back to Cornell. Uval Grossman thought there was a push-off. A minute 18 to go in the third. 8-7. There is a foul. It was on number 14 in Dart. Wait, 14 Dart? I'm hearing 14 Dark maybe. If that's 14 Dark, I have 2 on him already. We're trying to situate who has it. If trying to see what this is. Michael Smith saying that's a 5 meter. And that was on Hugh Flander. We're going to see if that's his third. And I believe that will be his third ejection for Hugh Flander. Number 14 in Dark for Texas, Hugh Flander has 3 ejection fouls. That is his third exclusion. Hugh Flander cannot return. 5 meter free throw has been awarded. Penalty shot to Cornell. So the Big Red here getting an opportunity, YJ, to take it for a potential tie. Just to tie it. Ming Zhao is ready in the cage. With Vasey and Park on the side. Blocked in front by Ming Zhao. 1 minute to go in the third. 8-7. Texas. 5 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third for UT Austin. 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third for the Big Red. Gotta be careful here. Here's Vasey. Oh, that's a hold. Cornell exclusion foul on number 21 in white, Sam Otto. Believed to be his first. So 6 on 5 for 10 more seconds. 30 seconds to go in the third. 1 goal lead for the Horns, and that's broken up by Hollandworth. Or so we think. Park trying to get after it. And a foul, so Texas does get it back. Even strength. Weisberg. Shot clock unplugged at 13. Here's a good opportunity for Osborne, who got injured a little earlier here, and he takes advantage. Cornell goal scored by number 5 in white, Eric Osborne. His third. The score is now 8-8. 7 seconds to go in the third. Look at this opportunity for Osborne, and he sizzles it left. There were players trailing him but couldn't catch up. So 6 seconds left, and we're going to be deadlocked here. 8-8. Through 21 minutes of play in Game 17. It's University of Texas at Austin in the dark caps, 8. And Cornell University in the white caps, 8. Heading into our final quarter of regulation. It's going to be an interesting final 7 minutes of regulation. We have an update Number 7 in white for Cornell, Ryan Schildwachter, has 3 exclusion fouls as well, so Schildwachter cannot return to the game. We wanted to clarify that. To the 4th quarter we go. In game number 17. Texas in dark 8. Cornell in white 8. And we're going to have a good final 7 minutes of regulation here in game 17. The winner will play for 9th place tomorrow. The loser will have to fight for 11th tomorrow, which is November 14th. Scott Samuel, David Weiss here on CWPA-TV.com. It has not come easy. Texas, I believe, led by as many as 3. Cornell trying to take the lead here in the 4th quarter. Ryan Schildwachter had 3 exclusion fouls for Cornell. He can't return. Hugh Flander, number 14 in dark for Texas, excluded that with 3 exclusions. Eddie Freeman has it for the Big Red of Ithaca. Cornell ball. So 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third for Cornell. 5 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third for Texas. And there's a kick out. Texas exclusion foul on number 8 in dark, Mark Weisberg. That is believed to be Weisberg's second. So 1 more for Weisberg, and he'll be out. And a skip shot in the bang by YJ. Cornell goal scored by number 6 in white, YJ. Give him 2. That is the second of the game, and Cornell takes the lead at 9-8. Had the egg beater motion, and Zhao unable to palm it in front. So 9-8 Cornell with 6.5 minutes to go in regulation. Cornell coming off a 10-8 win over Georgia Tech in the Constellation yesterday. Texas lost 9-6 to Cal Berkeley in its opening round game, and then able to take out Alabama 15-9. Looks like we're gonna have a 6-on-4. So 6-on-4 opportunity for Texas. We'll back it up instead. 20 seconds on the shot clock, trying to skip it. Loose ball. Recover there. A lot of hollering, but scorches 1. Texas goal scored by number 6 in dark, Ryan Parks first. Look at that. Makes pass. So the exclusion fouls were on Adam Hollingworth and Eddie Friedman. We'll have to see how many exclusions on Freeman that is. Number 8 in white. That's either 2 or 3. So now it's a 9-8 game. 9-9 game? It's 9-9. As Texas will get it back. 9-9 is the score. As each team with a goal this quarter. 5:20 to go here. There was an exclusion. Broken up, though. Timeout, Cornell. 5:14 to go in regulation. And it's Cornell in white, 9. Texas in dark, 9. Make sure you go to the CWPA YouTube channel to check out the CWPA Remote Series Professional Edition with host George Gross Jr. As we get water polo alumni from all different backgrounds. But make sure to check out CWPA Remote Series Professional Edition on the CWPA YouTube channel, youtube.com, and search CWPA Water Polo. So full timeout called by Yuval Grossman, who's also coached the Cornell Women's Club team. Speaking of Women's Club, this past week we started doing conference calls for Women's Club divisions for spring 2022. Haven't had a Women's Club game since March 8th, 2020, before the season had been canceled due to the coronavirus pandemic. And in this tournament, we still got lots of water polo left, 13 more games. This is our 5th game today. We've still got another 7 to go today. And then we have our 6 placement games, hopefully tomorrow here from Huntsville. So it'll be a setup here for the Big Red. Back in, and Michael Smith will have the pass out to Osban. There goes Bernal to Eddie Freeman. It'll be an ordinary foul. It's on, I believe, Oliver. Not Oliver, I think that's number 9. Evan Sayer out in front. Shao should pick up the pieces. And they'll look to set up the tiebreaker here. Henry Oliver. 4:50 to go in regulation. We're not up a 9 apiece. Set up inside. Good cover up there by Alejandro Sabo. Smith has it. Sabo out of Miami, Florida. He's a junior. It appears Cornell has only 4 players on the roster from New York. YJ, Luca Riva, Jonathan Mong, and Jonathan Gross. Set up inside, looking to get ahead. Texas batted out of play. What a stop for Smith. Watch out, guys. 2-meter, Texas from the 1. That was a huge stop. That looked like that was heading point blank. Offensive foul and an exclusion. Looks like that was number 3. Texas exclusion foul number 3 in dark. Ayan Kasagawawa, at least his 2nd exclusion. Broken up by Zhao. 3:48 to go in the game. 9 for Texas in dark. 9 for Cornell in white. Michael Smith anticipating an opportunity. Oh, there's a wide open spot in the left side. Texas reclaims the lead. Texas goal scored by number 8 in dark, Mark Weisberg. Might be his first. 3:35 to go in the game. It's a 10-9 lead now. So Oliver looked like he was going to go in the corner, and that was a pouncer to the left side. He had a hard time seeing it there. And Yuval Grossman on the far left is, kidding me? He's the coach for Cornell. Following this game, we hope to have more action. Look at it from this angle. You could see it better. That was just perfect placement for Weisberg. So 10-9 now for the Horns with 3:29 to go in regulation. Broken up, confiscated at mid-pool. Liam Basie. He had 2 goals in the first quarter. He's been silent since. Dropping back. Right pass to Ryan Part. Ordinary foul on Hollingworth. Taken up top. Good setup inside. Smith, another deflection out. So, goal throw for Michael Smith. And there is a kick out. Timeout now. Timeout, Cornell. Texas exclusion foul 6. Dark, Ryan Hart. The timeout is called by Cornell to set up the play. So power play opportunity for the Big Red. 3:10 to go in the game. Texas clinging to a 1-goal edge. Texas in dark, Cornell in white. 5 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and 2 in the fourth for UT Austin. Cornell, 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth. So now in enemy grounds. Friedman. Now Osband nearly had that pick. And there is a turnover. Held it on a little too long, and hands above head for Yuval Grossman, the coach for Cornell. He's been doing that a lot the last few possessions. Texas, though, trying to win its second straight game of the tournament after a 3-goal loss to Cal Berkeley in the opening round. Cornell will get it back down 1. Cal Berkeley defeated McKendree in game 13 earlier today in our first quarterfinal, 16-4. McKendree never got off the ground running. Ordinary foul. Marrero. At mid-distance now for Friedman. 15 on the shot clock. Eddie Friedman ahead to Marrero, and play waved off. Might come down to the last few possessions. It's 10-9. We have had at least 1 overtime game in each of the last 10 National Collegiate Club Championship tournaments. Last time we did not have one was 2009. That's the free. Exclusion foul on number 8 in white, Eddie Friedman. Texas goal. And the goal was by Texas. That is the 3rd exclusion foul on number 8 in white, Eddie Friedman. Friedman cannot return. So 11-9 now. So Cornell, 1:53 left in the game, needs to get going. Another stop here could be devastating for the Big Red, going right to left and white. You have one of your catalysts, Eddie Friedman, off with 3 exclusions. So in the event this game goes to extra, we need 2 Friedman overtime periods. You're going to have to rely on other players. 10 seconds on the shot clock, 1.5 to go in the game. 11-9, UT Austin and Ming Zhao may have made a stop that could seal the deal. Set up ahead now. Tomas. Chu gets it in. Texas goal scored by number 15 in dark, Thomas Chu. 12-9. Texas. 1:19 to go. Look at that. Straight edge. Cornell now sensing reality that it will have to play for 11th place. Texas for the second straight NCCC will have to try to get 9th. There was an exclusion in the timeout. Texas exclusion foul. Number 16 in dark, Harry Flander. And instead it is taken by Texas. Timeout, Texas. 1 minute remaining in the fourth quarter. Texas in the dark caps 12. Cornell in the white caps 9. So coming up on CWPATV.com after this game would be game number 18. It will be the winner of game 11, Boston College, versus the winner of game 10, Florida State. So it appears that Texas will be in the 9th place game for the second straight season. And Cornell will take on the loser of BC and Florida State in the 11th place game. So later on we will have 2 semifinal matchups as well. We have Cal Berkeley and Michigan State in game 20 at around 5:10 p.m. Central or thereabout, depending on how we overlap in time. And our second semifinal, game 21, will be 2 seed UC San Diego and surprise 11 seed Washington University in St. Louis at around 6:20 p.m. Central or thereabout. WashU, St. Louis, the 11th seed out of the Great Lakes. Only 4th ever appearance at the National Collegiate Club Championship. Be the furthest the Bears will end up. WashU will be 4th or better. And right now, Ming Zhao out of the timeout. Texas with a 3-goal lead, a minute remaining. Now at 55 seconds, 21 on the shot clock. Basie, ordinary foul. YJ. Cornell came into this tournament as the 12th position since Army finished 12th place 2 years ago at Pitt. Texas finished 9th place 2 years ago at Pitt with a 9-5 win over Boston College, which is why the Texas division got the 9th seed. Timeout, Cornell. Also Texas exclusion foul number 3 in dark, Ayan Kasagawawa. The score is Texas in dark 12, Cornell in white 9, 40 seconds to go. Cornell just called its last timeout. And we're trying to see if Ayan Kasagawawa got his 3rd exclusion foul or not. There have been quite a few exclusions. The last timeout before was about a minute remaining by dark. Texas. So Texas getting back in the water, up 3. Cornell really needs to get it quickly. Everyone needs to be set. Yuval Grossman is past the half distance area. He is being warned to get back to his area. You cannot go past 6 meters on your end. Grossman's been warned he has not been given a misconduct or yellow. So Cornell with it. And it's off the brick wall, 20 seconds to go. I think it's even strength now. 10 seconds left of the game, 12-9, and Texas is going to win this one. Blocked off the field, 3 seconds left. One last chance for Cornell maybe to change the score. 1 second. That is the end of game number 17. The final score, Texas in the Dark Caps 12, Cornell in the White Caps 9. Texas will go play in the 9th place game tomorrow, while Cornell will be in the 11th place game tomorrow afternoon. Next game up is game 18, which features Boston College and Florida State University. So 12-9 is the final. Texas in the 9th place game for the second straight season. Cornell will try to end up in 11th.